Alright, I see the file, because this isn't being streamed. This is, I figure I'll do it again. I did it for Hitman 2. I'd like to do it here as well, and that is to look through the different graphics options here. So currently, this is how it was set for Darksiders 3. That's where I am. This is how it was set for the whole review playthrough, which that was 16.5 hours, I think. So this is what that looked like. And by the way, I also want to remember to point out the key was provided for me to play and review this game. Thank you very much for that, by the way. It's gonna be interesting getting through the rest of the review. I'm only, for those of you curious, and I wouldn't think many of you would be, I'm part way through the graphics section. I haven't gotten to story or gameplay yet. But yeah. So basically the next part would be me actually talking about performance in general, but I want to get this taken care of first. Performance I'm pretty happy with, though, in case you were wondering. And by the way, I do right now have Radiant Chill enabled, because this is not about performance right now. This is about quality. And also, I can't really give you performance data because there's still the weird GPU issue I'm having, because I haven't been able to troubleshoot it yet. And also, this is outside the review playthrough, so I don't mind telling it, yeah, let the frame rate go down to 45. But first thing I want to do is it looked like when I went down to Epic that there was immediately a change. I do kind of see. I can't quite tell. It looks like it changes a little bit right there. Oh, wow. Oh, shoot. I very much did not actually want to say shoot there. That is, wow. You know what, okay. On shadow quality, definitely not low. Oh wait, no, not there. That. Whew. Okay. Wow. To explain what I'm doing and not just trying to look through these, yet. I'm going to set them all to high, because that's how I want to, and I think I explained this with the Hitman as well, is that I want to start from the high preset, because that's what, my understanding for how some of these things work is basically high is where they try to target, where developers will try to target. Past that will be diminishing returns in terms of diminishing returns. Sorry for my speech impediment, that's why I'm repeating myself. Diminishing returns in terms of image quality versus performance. So all high. We don't have a graphics preset here, but I'm going to just assume high is what, high across the board is what it would be. All right. I see absolutely nothing wrong here. Let's pull forward. Actually, let's.
Good eating.
I want to get a good view of him, because he has some nice detail to his face. It was interesting when I was going through the screenshots, because I noticed just how much he does have there. That looks a little softer than what was in the screenshot, but that might just be a screenshot thing. But a little bit, like some of the lines I think may have been crisper in that screenshot. I'll be checking that later though. But he definitely still does look as, well, good, even though he is kind of gruesome.
Farewell for now.
But yeah, I'm not seeing anything that looks bad here. I mean, high definitely looks pretty good. I couldn't, without doing more comparisons, I couldn't tell you what the difference is from Epic on anything here. This may be a bad spot for that. I don't know. I will be checking other areas. But this is just where I'm starting from. Okay, so options, graphics. Yeah, let's actually just look. Okay, wow, she is floating. I just noticed that. Oh my God! Oh dear God, this is horrible. Oh wow, there's just no shadow. It seems. This is. It kind of hurts my eyes. And by that I mean both my eyes and my mind, that it looks that bad. Alright, yay, we have shadows again. She is still floating though, I don't think I ever noticed that. You're still there. You don't cast a shadow. Oh yeah, that's V. His shadows look great. So does...
Good luck, Fury. Whatever happens, thank you for everything you've done for me.
You know... Yeah, I will not talk about them. I'll just say, from when I met him, I liked his character. This is Ulthane, though. If you played the previous games, well, at least Darksiders. I don't remember if he's in Darksiders 2 or not, but you already know him. And he also looks... He looks pretty good. I'm not seeing anything here, at least with shadow quality. Maybe texture will be different. I guess move on then. Okay, that I did. Okay, so we can see that change there. So okay, that's what I'm gonna watch going to high. What is that draw distance? That is one change there. Let's see how epic it is. Because the quality on high of the shadows, the actual quality of them, not considering the draw distance, it looked very good. That draw distance is even better. Let's stand here and go through them. And I will also try to look somewhere else as well. I might try actually down by where the Hollow Lord was. Sorry, Lord of Hollows. Yeah, I cannot tell you what the difference is looking at these shadows, so that's gonna be the note. So shadow quality currently gonna rest at medium with the note is medium to epic. Difference is draw distance. Well, it's technically level of detail distance, so. And I'll also just add on to the definitely not low with looks like shadows are off. Okay. So next up is anti-aliasing, which something I saw it on, and I mentioned this in the review playthrough. Something I saw at the PC Gaming Wiki said that it's FXAA and TAA. Which, okay, I understand how FXAA works. There seems to be many ways that TAA can work, so I'm not actually sure how good or bad that may be. The game certainly didn't look bad to me. I didn't notice any aliasing anyway, and I didn't see anything that jumped out to me as being artifacting. But yes. Let's actually just see. Okay, now I am. Oh wow, that could be some temporal aliasing there. If you look. Oh yeah, I'm definitely seeing aliasing on her. But I'm looking mainly at the shadow though. Wait, let me. There. You can really see it. The shadows around her feet. There's a lot of. It's very speckled there. It should be filtered together more. And now I just looked up at those trees. Holy crap, that is horrible. looking, I'm not even sure if it would survive the video. There does seem to be a little bit of temporal aliasing on the carvings there above her head. I want to get... There's some on her. It's not horrible though. But man, those trees there, that is horrible. That really is. But it is making me wonder just how soft the aliasing option is making it. So let's look at medium. Okay, there's still definitely shimmering there. But wow, she is very soft. There's a loss of detail on medium, so I would want to avoid that myself. Okay, now here I'm not okay, I am seeing a little bit of blurring on the trees to the right, so right there above her head. Just as they sway, it does seem to blur a little. Like a little bit of ghosting there. Oh yeah, I can also see... It looks like that. Maybe that isn't what's actually happening, but it does kind of look like it. Alright, let's see how Epic looks. See, now I can't help but see it. Hang on, let me... I'm gonna just run around some. I want to try to reset my vision a little. By just, changing enough what's there. Oh, hang on. Let's get back down here. I just remembered, because I have chill enabled, that actually may be influencing some of the look, because it would no longer be at 60 or 62 actually. Now I actually do still see a little. It's not bad, but once I'm seeing it now, I kind of can't unsee it. It might not just be aliasing though. It might also be an artifacting due to how the level of detail is. Okay, but this is on Epic. Let's, just out of curiosity, how does... Not seeing any of those really looking that different between them. Alright, I'm gonna need to go through them again. I'm not gonna bother with low though. That did look pretty bad, and yeah, I can definitely... Oh wow, I can even see aliasing on her face. If you look on her eyes, the inside of her eyes, it's there, and that's not too pretty. Oh, this is good. This is good. I only just remembered there's a tree right here. Okay, so if you look right up here, if you look at the shadows, you can see it. Come on, do it again. I need to get just right. It looked like there was a stripe pattern there. Yes, I can see it. I can point to it with my hand, but that won't help. That, I'm wondering if that may be happening over there, and that's part of the reason why I'm seeing that blurring. But I really don't see it that much right now. I am seeing the speckling, right over there. Hang on. Let's actually... Oh, there we go. On her hair, you can see the almost vertical stripes to the shadows. That may also happen at the distance, and that may have been making some of this trickier. But that... Ooh, yeah, that I do not like. I want rid of that. So definitely... Oh wait, I thought it wasn't going to be on low. Okay, it's still there on medium, and we're getting some softer appearance over on the trees, on the foliage over there, so I don't like medium. I just don't. That doesn't... Why is it asking me for that? Okay, at high definitely looks better. I think high is what I'm gonna go with. So high is it gets rid of the artifacting. However, medium does a not bad job, but leaves some artifacting. Low has a lot of aliasing. So yeah, I'm sort of a high is what I'd say is minimum. If you gotta go to medium, go ahead. But I would hope not. And I wonder if going from medium to high, the reason why it asks to confirm your settings, if it's something like low is off. I'm only guessing here. Low is off, medium is FXAA, assuming that what I read was correct. Because FXAA would leave the temporal aliasing that we were seeing. Then this being with TAA, and sorry, I just dropped something. Which TAA would have potentially, depending on how it's done, some ghosting. And then Epic might be both FXAA and TAA together. But definitely high. I mean, I'm not spotting aliasing. I can see a little on her hair. I can't help but see ghosting. We see a little bit of ghosting on the movement of the trees. Now, true, it is the trees. You're not going to be looking at those. At least not much. So there is that. But oh, that's right. I need to get that. Alright. So this actually is something I do want to look to. Okay, so I'm looking at the detail of the moss on the tree. Which, by the way, it was weird trying to write up some of the how it looked, just because Darksiders has this like semi cell shading look to it. And I don't know if this is really a good way to describe it, which is why I didn't put it this way in what I've written. But it seems like for certain sections, like, and this definitely seems true on her face in some shots, they try to use fewer colors. Like, you're more likely to have a more limited palette for certain sections. Not the case for the environment, though. I mean, there might be other things that they're doing to still have that style, but I mean, hey, I'm completely okay with it. It's the style, and it does still look good to me. So, you know, independent of the style, of what the style is and has been. But okay, anyway, let's looking at that moss. This is yeah. Okay. Now, go back. Yeah, there's definitely a loss of detail from low to medium. So, I'm thinking low is without AA. Medium is with FXAA, because one of the features of FXAA is a low-pass filter. So some of the details, some of the finer details to this moss would be gotten rid of. And it definitely does look a little softer to me. Not necessarily a whole lot. Low isn't bad for the detail there, but it's at least on the ground. I do feel like she looks a little softer though. And it's Fury. She's not soft at all. But it's also, I mean, there's so much speckling there that it's... Oof. I mean... I'm just trying to spot some of that... Wait, what am I on? Am I on medium? Why does this look better than I remember it being just a little bit ago? I hate it when that happens, don't you? Especially when you're recording it. And of course, I will try to go to other areas, so this is... My current impressions may change, but I do still kind of feel like high is where it's going to be best. At least as far as a minimal goes. And she... Let's... Alright. This is something that it honestly would be easier to do with a screenshot. But that's not how I'm doing it. Oh yeah, definitely over here I was looking. You can definitely see a loss detail there. I'm just trying something that... If it works... I can't tell. I really cannot tell. Just I could learn a little bit about what's going on if I could spot something, but I don't want to go into that because I also am not fully sure I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's start working on view distance. So, I can still see all the way out there. I mean, it is still kind of significant, those shapes there. Yeah, let's actually, look over here. This is more likely to have some specific details, but this is... Maybe I would need to go down to Crossroads to really start seeing it. Yeah. I'm very unsure about where I'm looking. I'm not seeing much change. I need to look in more places as I do this. Okay, I'm seeing over here, which I know is actually being captured, because for whatever reason the mouse, how it's being drawn, even though I have OBS set not to capture the mouse, it's still capturing it. But I'm also trying to look just straight ahead. Yeah, I mean, you can immediately see a change over there. Okay, hang on. That's the plant stuff, the leaves and such hanging there. It might not just be leaves. Okay, and then more up there. I am kind of curious what the difference is between epic and cinematic. But at least out to there, I don't even see it change at low. And that, I think, is fair. I mean, all the way out there, no, I'm not going to be bothered too much by that. So, here, let me... I'm now trying to look right down there. Yeah, I'm really not seeing that much of a difference. And this is actually a spot that I would think might see a difference because I have such a long view. That isn't the case in many places. But that is part of the reason why I want to be here. Not just because I start here. Right, so here's epic. I don't know. Oh, wait, I thought I was on Epic, not Cinematic. I am not seeing it. That may just be I need to be in a different spot, but right now, for what I have seen, I would actually go with low as being the minimum acceptable. Completely serious. Because I'm not seeing anything. I need to make a note of that from Maker's Forge. I'm not seeing anything to make me think that even medium is giving you something really needed. See more. Yeah. At medium and high, but not really needed. That's the thing, is that I don't feel that needs to be there, so I don't really care. It's like low is acceptable. Unsure what Epic and Cinematic give you. Apply. Alright, now for texture quality. This may be more interesting. And yeah, all the way up to Epic. Okay. She doesn't look different. She really doesn't. Let's look at Volgrim.
What would you ask of this humble merchant?
That you stay still. This doesn't look different to me.
Farewell
I am on low, right? Yes.
for now.
But I'm not seeing any real change. Let me look at whole thing. Use that to get a nice close up of his arm. Just will that work? Yeah, let's do it this way. Let's look at the extremes. Thank you for the close-up. I'm still not seeing any difference here. And there's nothing indicating in the game that I need to reload. Okay, here, let's try right here. This also might be a level of detail thing. It's got to do with the distance you are. But I am gonna go between low and epic for now. I'm sorry, I'm not seeing it. Between low and epic, I'm really not seeing it. Was seeing those things pop in, but that's a that's a view distance thing. Wow. Okay, so that, you know what, let me try this. I'm gonna go back a step. Okay. Okay, so even back here, that's all still there. Let me... It's still there. So draw distance, I'm not seeing much difference there. Alright, there. See, I could believe it if it were like anisotropic, but this is just not a good spot for that, I feel. So, but the actual texture quality, I am not seeing a difference like to what is loaded and being shown to me. Here, I got a nice close-up this way of this rock. And yeah, there's some softness like right here, but it's not bad. And it also didn't change now. Which, true, that could be, it just needs to update. So here, let me do this. Let me do this.
Please take your time.
Actually, there. This crossroads is a place I also want to check. So I'm just going to warp down here and then warp back up. And I can also look at Volga too.
Greetings.
He doesn't look different to me. I'm very serious. I do not know what the difference is. It could be that there is some filtering, like anisotropic filtering, that isn't being applied. And I'm just not seeing anything that really makes that stand out. I'm on Epic. Damn it. Okay. Now let me try transitioning.
What would you ask of this? Please take your time.
I don't think I'm crazy. I do not think I'm crazy as I'm getting a drink of water. Yeah, I don't think I'm crazy about if I'm setting these or not.
What would you ask of this humble merchant?
Truly doesn't look different to me.
Please take your time.
I mean, this is also part of the reason why I need to check in more than one location. It may be that it is something I just cannot see here. That this right here is a bad example. Yeah, I got nothing. Alright, so that's gonna go to high, and I have to mark that it's low because can't see a difference between low and epic at Maker's Forge. It is entirely possible a different location will change my mind. I kind of hope it will. Because the fact that I'm also not seeing any difference does kind of make me wonder if that is in fact bugged. What the heck? What post-processing is this? I mean, this doesn't look too bad, but what just changed? See, I have an idea, I just wouldn't think that that would be classified under post-processing for this. But this does... It looks like ambient occlusion is on or off between low and medium. Because, I mean, you can clearly see there are shadows being cast on these things from the light that aren't there on low, so... I will admit, I don't like the just generic post-processing label, because you have no idea what's under that. To high. well, hang on. Let me make sure because... Okay, yeah. I don't know what medium to high is doing. I do not. Oop, sorry. Now, epic to high, I can see something. You know what it kind of looks like? There's some plants right there. Huh. Epic seems to include their ambient inclusion. See, what would be great is if I could spot it on her. It's just from low. I can see a little bit in there, but it's I can't tell you for certain. The post-processing, I will say medium. Medium is minimal acceptable. Setting seems to control ambient occlusion, and it does make sense that that would be considered post-processing because that is going to be taking the information from the processing step and then feeding that into shaders to intelligently figure out, okay, where do we need to add shadows? So it would be done after the rasterization step, potentially. It does also make me wonder if this is forward or deferred rendering as well. I'm just wondering that. Well, I'm wondering that for other reasons too. How in the review playthrough there were times when I was turning and things were like coming in a frame late that were occluded but no longer were. That I was kind of wondering if there was some weird culling thing with how things were being included and it was being too aggressive so it wasn't getting back in time. Low appears to be AO off, so not desired, as here AO is evident. Hitman 2, it wasn't so evident, so you could get away with that off, in my opinion. Medium is AO on, and above this, I couldn't tell you the difference is worth it. Okay. Alright, no, actually, hang on, let me... No, that's not... Okay, what setting do I have this on? Oh, this is on high, okay. That doesn't look bad. I wish you could hold that a little bit better. I can't, I'm not really spotting a huge difference on post-processing with that. Effects is where I would definitely think it could be different. Okay, I'm really hoping I'm not the only one that noticed how big an impact effects was having. Oh yeah, that is very different. Wow. Something I remember noticing with the stasis hollow here is that it has a field around her. Just, you know, you can see that pulsing, so there is an effect just on her. Clear it off. Also see some heat distortion. That kind of effect around. Is that there on low? No, not at all. I do kind of see like a field around it though, that matches that size. Yeah, you can definitely see pulse on and off. Okay, that doesn't look that good. Here, if I turn it up to medium, yeah. It didn't. Okay, yeah, I guess it is still there. I know it didn't. It looked like some stuff was missing at low, but medium, that looks pretty good. And yeah, I want to go up to epic. I mean that. Oh yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff going on there. I'm also trying to pay attention to what her hair is doing now. I don't see much of a difference on her hair between low and epic. But I do... You know... The difference is there. You can see it. But... I also feel like... Because remember that the idea to me is minimum acceptable. I feel like low is fine. That low is acceptable here. I'm not... Huh. That's, Oh. Let me turn that up to epic. Huh. That is... I will admit, that is actually what it kind of looked like it was doing on the crossblade, the ranged weapon I was holding out. But it's like, nah, that would be weird. But no, that's how that's doing that. Let me look again at epic. Okay, no, there is still some pulsing to the light that's emitted there. Because I could kind of see that on high, but this is... It's like actually going in and out. That is... I mean, it doesn't look bad. So I'm gonna stick with low is still acceptable. But damn, it is different. Wow. Because it meets the minimum acceptable standard. There we go. Both low and medium seem to pulse some. It might not be all effects. Some effects on and off. Medium pulses on more rapidly. I first was going to type frequently. It's like, that's not quite it. high and epic pulse. Well, high pulses less often, and some effects are always present, always on. Epic does not appear to pulse at all. That is a weird way of doing it, though. I can't think of another game that does it that way. Not that I've necessarily dived into too many games, but that is just I wouldn't think of that as a way to save performance. I mean, unless there's something else going on where it's somehow using, I guess it could be something like that, where it's like actually rendering that at a lower rate in some way, and then it goes on and off so you don't recognize that. I don't know. I really do not know. That is, hey, but like I said, low fits minimum acceptable. It does. So yeah, that is how that is. All right. The tree doesn't, well, okay, maybe. Let's, nope, not die. Okay, you can see over here, though, if you watch. Come on, there, medium, high, and epic. It does add things. The tree doesn't look all that different, though, going to medium. Tree still doesn't look all that different, but this tree, the big tree, that definitely does. I am unsure about the difference with epic, though. I mean, I can see that there are some differences, but I don't know what specifically it translates to. But low seems to be almost a no decorative foliage, I guess would be a way to put it. Medium has some, and so on. Based just on Maker's Forge, I'd go with low for now, because minimum acceptable. Low by MA to abbreviate. Standard seems to be decorative foliage is gone, but it is decorative, so so it looks different but not strictly bad. Median and up add more foliage, making it look better. Yeah. Alright, okay. So that's what I have currently, just based on where I am. So, okay, everything is on high. I don't want to go to Crossroads next.
What would you ask?
I want to go.
Take your time.
Here. I might actually want to use a different location, but right here I know I'm safe for one thing, and I have a lot of things around me, and I'm gonna be on the fire just so that I know I'm safe. I'm just. Okay, so. Oh. Now I wonder. Oh, I see something over here. See, I was just thinking there might be hidden oh, there's something over there too. I only now was thinking about jumping down here, so... It's not bad. I'm gonna climb up there too. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm now playing it. I'm now actually playing the game. Depending, the lava actually could flow like that, by the way. Lava has a wide range of viscosities, so... I'm going to want to jump off over here. If it will let me. It will not let me. Okay. Yeah, I hadn't explored around in this room too much previously. For anyone that watches this, but not the review playthrough. And I kind of wish I had now. Because this is a good place to hide stuff. Right, nope, I can't get up there, but I think it was right over here. Right there. Oh, nice. That is a item that will grant a skill point. Just in case anyone watches this, but not the review playthrough. I'm just trying to decide, do I want to try doing this stuff here, or do I want to go somewhere else? I should go somewhere else, because this is not where you're going to be playing the game, basically. Yes, you can and should. Now we see, you should come down here. There's stuff hidden. And both are actually pretty good and useful things to have. And there might be more. But that's, you're not typically in lava. So let's go up here. I need to burn through that, which I can do. Yeah. Boom. And this is the same room. I want to look, make sure. Don't see anything. Alright. And this is where you'd be first introduced to the fact that, hey, Fire Hollow, you're safe. And also that you can launch yourself around. One of the areas I took a screenshot because it looked good, I'm pretty sure is right up here. No. Well, sort of. That's over here. Just look at these guys. Yeah, right here. In the hollows. Alright. There's another guy or two down here. I just want to make sure I don't have any enemies I need to know about. Alright. You know, this is also actually a good spot, potentially, for view distance, because there is stuff all the way down there. Alright. But this... Because I like... The lighting here is actually pretty neat. How... Oh! Because of how you see it reflecting off the ground and the shadows of the ground too. So that this is one of the places that I wanted to come to. Alright. And off it well, low, which it really does seem like an off. Yeah, wow, that it does change the character. Yeah, so I don't need to change anything about the notes there. It's still, you want to be at least medium. I mean, you can get away with low, but this is... I would not want to play on low. It is just shadows off, and that is not pleasant. But I can't fully see a difference. And it's also, I mean, it's like, okay, I guess she is casting a shadow, but it is not that easy to see. And I'm on medium right now, right? Yeah. So, yeah. Alright, let's see how this looks. And low, again, it seems to be off. I am seeing... Alias, what the heck? I don't know why she's blinking. That should not be happening. Oh, hang on. Is it can do it again? Okay. Let me... It may also happen on medium. Yep. But... High? Okay. I do actually kind of know what's happening there. And we also... The heat distortion isn't helping, but I think I have a theory for what's happening here. Because I've seen it in other games. At least my thinking is for it. And it would also indicate then that at high, that is where some kind of temporal filtering is being applied. There's different kinds of temporal anti-aliasing, different kinds of temporal filtering. I don't know which it is. But okay, so the reason why it's blinking, and it's doing it when she's in the fire hollow form. She may do it, yep. She's doing it with the others as well. The reason is because in each hollow form, her hair is a light source. And what's happening here, I'm pretty sure, is it is getting confused between whether she is or is not illuminated in certain places because of the lighting. So we turn off that special lighting of her hair, it's gone. At low and medium, it seems to be low is no anti-aliasing, medium would be FXAA, and then high engages the TAA. So there's some amount of reprojection at minimum from previous frames. So that is removed. That effect is gone because it's only there for one frame and then it's gone again. Okay. And then Epic we haven't looked at, but because it would also have some TA in there. That's what's going on. Okay. But yeah, so I've seen that where I'm trying to think precisely what it was, but it was like a light source sometimes being blocked, sometimes not, and that breaking things. Breaking how shadows look. A way to think about it, if it might help. Well, no, that may not be so much. Well, it could be. It's a weird confluence of settings hurting things right here. Yeah. That really is the simplest way I can think to put it. Is that it is just things interacting to cause that. There may be other ways of doing it so it wouldn't happen, that you don't need to go in and specifically try to prevent it, but it's one of those it happens kind of things. And then let's... An Epic, of course, won't have that there. But, oh wow, you can really see her influence around her here. It's dark enough to really see that. I'm looking at this rock right there. That's the heat distortion effect. Nope. No. Thank you. Doesn't always seem to want to work. Okay, yes, that is definitely softer. So, and at medium it is not it's still soft. Epic looks the same softness. Maybe a little bit better. I still think low is doing the best at preserving that detail, though. Yeah. Alright. So, what did I have down before? For anti-aliasing, I had high. Hang on, let me look again at medium. I'm just at a distance. But yeah, so in here, in the hollows, this... medium is fine on them. Well, medium is fine on the hollows, but it's not so good looking on her. What the hell? Hang on. I just no. I just noticed something that I... Alright. Okay, I can definitely see some blurring. If you look at the medallion that she's got there. Hang on. It's not there. This one. The Rider's Mercy. It's right on her hip there. So it's like straight down from her head. You can see it. Right on her hip. And at medium, if you look, it's at a lower resolution and being upscaled. That's how soft it is, and I can see some temporal aliasing on it due to the lighting. Some aliasing on it due to the lighting. I'm pretty sure it's temporal because it's because of how it's moving. So yeah, that is gonna bug me. It might not bug you, to be fair. It might not. This is gonna be a me thing, definitely. But that does make me think that this is... you want to stick to high, and I do want to make a note of that. Noticed the Rider's Mercy. Actually, I think it's a talisman officially. Looks to be at a lower resolution on medium. Based on the, well, it is aliasing artifacts of it. So, recommend high. Oh, what game was it? I looked at, it wasn't for this game. They haven't done one for this game yet, at least. Hardware Unboxed has also been doing some image quality things and performance. I'm not looking at performance right now because I can't trust the performance I'd get. Plus, I haven't removed the game's innate frame rate cap of 62. But they had noticed, I think it may have been in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but I don't remember, that performance actually seemed to improve when turning on the lowest level of anti-aliasing. And it did actually have an off. This game doesn't, though it looks like low is off. But they noticed that performance slightly improved, which would make sense if the game was actually being rendered at lower resolution, and then by using temporal supersampling to substitute in to get that to get the quality back. In theory, technically, that can work. But I don't like how they did the TAA in that game. Because even at the highest settings, you're seeing places where some implementations of temporal anti-aliasing would not degrade detail, that it just completely destroyed some detail. Yeah, if you look up the papers called amortized supersampling, that is a form of temporal anti-aliasing, essentially, that should not destroy detail, and actually looks to be like what the amortized supersampling is a research paper, but the TSSAA that you see in some id Tech games, like Doom from 2016 and Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus, I think that those are related. That those TSSAAs are in some form implementing what that amortized supersampling is. But there's other kinds of TAA, temporal anti-aliasing, that you could do this with. This actually, so NVIDIA not that long ago updated. What was that? I just saw like a weird flash to things going white that shouldn't be. But a way to change the shading rate, that almost looks like what's happening here, but it shouldn't be happening quite like that. But in theory, that is what you could do, is you could have an area use the shading of 1 pixel over more, and that's what that looks like, is that those at a low resolution being rendered up, being upscaled. And if used strategically, and if you can use prior frames, hey, it works great. It's a way to save performance and not really hurt quality. This is just not that good a spot for it, because there is enough movement there that without compensating for it, well, it looks bad and is noticeable. Alright, what the hell is different? Looking at the low for viewing distance. I cannot tell you. I mean, I do like that you can actually see changes, but I got nothing. I cannot see any change here. Yeah. Viewing distance doesn't seem to be making a difference. Alright, so put that back there. Let's look at low here. I'm looking back to that rock right here now. Now, it is possible that things are just not changing right away, that it takes something to trigger it, but I'm still not really seeing a change there. Let me actually, hang on, there's... I'm not sure, let me... There's one spot that I feel like maybe... Nope, I'm still seeing it back here in the distance. Like, even there, it's looking the same. I do not know what the change is with the texture quality. So, yeah, neither view distance or texture quality I have any reason to change from the lows that I came up with before. Alright, post-processing, this is not going to be a good spot for that. Because there is definitely stuff that you want the ambient occlusion on, and it seems like that was one of the things being changed. I mean, yeah, you can see it just here, in background and foreground. Background up there, foreground here, and even over here. So yeah, actually, let's try looking at that more directly. Oh yeah. Alright, so that definitely is still a medium, at least. Is high adding much, though? Not to really tell. That is a nice change that she has. And I'll bet that is, if we go to there. Oh no, you can still tell. I was half expecting that to be tied in as well. Because well, no, I guess that isn't strictly ambient occlusion, because it's not an ambient light. It is from you. But it's... You know, it's not so bad, but I think, yeah, I still would want it at medium. So, yeah, so here, low isn't so bad. But on the Maker's Forge, it was bad. Medium is what you'd want, so it sticks at medium. And you know, you can actually see a change right here. How much a change, I can't tell you. Nope. There we go. See, I'm not completely... That's not what I really meant to do. Is she doing the blinking thing again? I could kind of see something blinking behind the menus. Alright, I'm honestly unsure where the difference is here. Although the heat distortion effect, I'm not seeing that anymore. Yeah, I want to go between low. Oh yeah, you can definitely see it here on Epic. There's also some coming off of her hair, it seems. Nope, there's just generally some there, so it's not to do with her hair. It's definitely present on Epic. At low, it looks to be gone. How did I mark it before? Low. Yeah, it is still minimum acceptable, but it's noticeable. How does medium look here? Yeah, you got some. Actually, you got more than some. But this also, I would think, wouldn't be too difficult a shader to do. It's not that complicated. With the heat distortion, I would think you're just copying, you know, basically just translating some of the already rendered data into different places. Alright, so still a low there. Oh, there is actually. Huh. So that... It counts rocks as foliage. Alright. So, I mean, really, that's more of a ground decorations thing, then. And foliage. That's on Epic, though. I want to try looking up here, because there should also be some up here. Now, I'm betting that even just going to medium, you get more there, and it's... Low is still minimum acceptable, but I think you do want... Run medium if you can. You can to give world more character. Alright, there. Set that to high. And now... Where do I want to go? I had been thinking Crossroads initially, but I'm thinking I want to try to find a different location.
What would you ask of me? Please take your time.
This could be a good place, actually. I just need to find a good one. No, definitely not. Don't think so. No, let's go with the lowlands. I know exactly where this is, and I think it'll be good because it's a nice big open area. There's also no way right here, which is nice too. I think I want to stay up here for it though. Once I go down, I can't get back up without making a trip with Volgrim. Well, through the serpent holes at least. Alright, she is definitely floating. Right there. Alright, so shadow quality. Wow. That's just, again, it is just so much brighter. It really is. Oh dear God. That is horrible. Thank you. Damn. Do not use low. Wow. The medium looks okay. I can see some, but I cannot say that you need high. It does look better though. I'm saying, because right now, if you looking at this beam right here, the two sides look kind of similar. When you go to high though, the lighting does change a little bit. How does Epic look? Oh, Epic is, well, yeah. Yeah, that does look a little bit better. But it's still, you do not want to run high here. Holy crap, that was, I'm sorry, that was whoa. That really was a whoa. Okay, so with it off, what you're hearing is just a guy. Is it up or? No, it must be down. Must be down. Yeah, there. You're just hearing the big guy down there moving. Oh, and there's the blinking. So yeah, it's what might be happening. What I think may be happening is just her hair. Because it is moving. It may be there's like one part that's moving in and out of occlusion with this stuff, and it's just causing that light all the light for it to turn on and off really quick. And I have seen that in other games. It's in one other game. It is annoying, but it's not okay. That, however, is a problem. If you look at her arm and how that is bad. That's not just annoying. That is not good. You're not that much better now. Okay. There we go. What I was saying before, well, you know what? Hang on. Let me. Lighting can do weird things with anti-aliasing. So yeah, it might be that it is at a lower resolution than being upscaled, which that movement on the pendant, on the talisman, is hurting that, but here the lighting is jumping out. Yeah, hang on, let me just... Yeah, I can see it here as well. It's not... Oh, no, I see it as well. Since I know to look for it and where, I can see it. But see how it's going around the crossplate on her back? I mean, there it is stark. That's just... And you're also seeing it down lower. Yeah, so that is definitely... It's it's coloring things, it's shading things at lower rates, fewer samples, and then trying to move it up, and that is just not good. Okay, so and that's at medium. Damn. At high, it's not doing it. Why would that be happening, though? I mean, this definitely makes me think that my thinking that low is with everything off, high, medium is with FXAA. Well, I guess it could be if the temporal filtering is fixing that, but that is making it a hard high. I mean, you do not want to run it at medium, because that is... What are they doing? I did take a screenshot of that, right? I want to make sure it's there. Yeah, it's there. I don't even know if I will actually include that, because that is just such a... No, I might, just in this context of you really do not want to use anti-aliasing but lower than high, because it is leading to artifacting like that, and that is not good. Oh boy. Okay, let's look at view distance, which we have quite a view. Is that off? Why does I didn't think the talisman looked black. And that's only that. Alright, but here, though, also might be where we can finally see maybe what cinematic is. Can you tell me the difference? Some of these things are exactly like the other, I think. I cannot spot a difference between any of them right now. I really can't. I'm sorry, but it's like everything looks to be there. Now, true, this doesn't have a lot of unnecessary detail like we were seeing with Maker's Forge, where there was hanging leaves and such, hanging foliage, but still, there's a lot in the distance that you could get away with not having, like that object there, and there. The large one, yes, you probably want to keep that, but some of those, no, you don't need those. Nice god rays there. Well, it's technically the inverse, but where am I at? Am I at low right now? Yeah. Alright. I mean, true, that's not... That shouldn't be affected by view distance, but... Ah, boy. There's the tree. Yeah, I am at a loss for what the differences are. So view distance stays at low. Texture quality, and I want to make sure what I was having before. View distance low, anti-aliasing high, texture quality that I had it low. Nice and tight. Okay, did you just see that flash there? How when it moved, it seemed white? That's what I was talking about earlier, that I don't know what is causing that. Hopefully that will get fixed at some point, because it is annoying, and it can be not necessarily frequent, but not rare. Maybe uncommon is fair, but not rare. It was so easy to spot in Hitman, but then you also, like, it for anesiotropic filtering, that kind of texture filtering. But I'm not seeing a change in the, like, actual texture detail. I'm not seeing a difference in filtering on it either. I do not know. Alright, let's... Again, you know, this doesn't look too bad with the post-processing to low. Oh, yeah, I guess it does. You're right in there. Yeah, that's definitely a difference. And by the way, I very rarely played as Base Fury. I was so often as one of the Hollows. In case you were wondering, so this is how I was actually like typically playing the game. Even though this is the last Hollow you get, but it's a very nice one. I do kind of wonder just how big an impact that has. So I have that at medium, right? Yeah. I am not seeing anything to make me change my mind on that. Effects quality. There's nothing really here that would be triggering it currently. There had been a storm that could have been, but that's it's gone now. That's been dealt with. You know, one quick thing I'm a little curious about. Yeah, that looks the same. In theory, I could see the effects quality influencing that. Hang on. The heck? I don't know. See, the fact that it actually takes a little bit of time to change there makes me wonder. But I'm not really seeing it. Here, Maker's Forge saw it. Here, not so much. Alright, foliage quality, I don't know if I'd actually see that much up here. That might be more of a down there thing. Let's actually go down there. Oh yeah, one of them was deciding to attack me. Alright. So yeah, initially when you come here, it is not safe. You would not be able to stand here and live. Alright, this is at low? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely different. I don't know if it's so necessary here though. But it's still, what do I have for it? Oh, I do have it, well, yes. By definition, for the minimum acceptable, yeah, it is low is still acceptable here. Not preferable, but acceptable. I'm not all that impressed by the fire, I'll be honest. Some fire effects, like the burning, that looks fine when I burn something, but when it can sit there like that, I don't like it. I am not seeing anything more to really look at. Alright, so, well here, then low. I think, wasn't shadow quality medium? Yes. View distance low, texture quality low, because I can't tell you what the difference is. Post-processing medium. Right? Yeah. So this is what I'm finding as minimum acceptable, and I don't know what the performance is. I'm sorry, I don't have that. I'd have to uncap the frame rate and deal with the whole misbehaving GPU. Yeah, I'll try going somewhere else as well to have a look. But I mean, look at this. I got texture detail down to low. That still looks pretty good. Let me try. Yeah. Sorry. Just like, you know, shake it up. Maybe that'll help. No, I couldn't tell you. Although one thing I am a little curious. Now, I do still see a little bit of a blur there, a motion blur. You can see that. Hang on. no change. Okay, so that's... Is that in the notes I made? Yeah. So that's not going to change my opinion of it too much. I mean, yeah, that's kind of noticeable, but it's not necessarily going to be common. Okay, that, however, that pop in is definitely undesirable. The Volgum checkpoint location is somewhere. Here it is. Nope. No, it isn't. It's in here. That wasn't there, but this was.
Good eating. Please take
Where
your
would be a
time.
good place to go next? See, part of it is I'm also just trying to think where... Well, I've already been there, so not there. But let's... Cargo ship is safe. I know there's not other enemies here. So I don't have to worry about attacking any, or being attacked. Actually, in a way, this is a good place to look at, just because you have the water. Because that is one thing I did forget about. Considering. And unfortunately, if you look to the left, you can see there is some issue as far as the reflections based on what is being rendered. Because the reason why it is lighter to the side is because things that the reflection would be cast of are not being drawn, because they're outside the view frustum, so they're not being drawn, so it doesn't know. It's basically screen space reflection, so only what's in the screen will be reflected. Yeah, which can also lead to some other interesting things, depending on how you do it. And there's really no setting that'll fix that. Well, maybe. Nope, that didn't. If not effects, I could believe post-processing. Nope. It's also very reasonable that nothing would. But there is a difference to the reflections, it seems. Oh, hang on. I think I can kind of see what it is. Not so much there. It is hard to tell. They still look like video game water reflections, so... It's not like I can really say one looks more accurate than another. Yeah, I think I'm stuck at what I found. What I came up with for it. You can see. Okay, I'm seeing right above her head, right there. A shadow pop in and out. But that's the shadow quality. That's not gonna change. Just I guess. Will this work? Yes. The stasis. Oh dear. Hang on. I honestly never really noticed that pulsing in there. The effect changing, I was hoping that would ease up a lot, but well, I'm still sticking with low because it's the layers. This definitely doesn't look as good. It's still workable. How does medium look? Medium looks better. It looks more like it's frozen. It really does. Oh, I already am in it. And foliage quality is at your discretion, really. Okay, but medium, high, low, low, medium, low, low is what I got there. With some being a hard, you do not want to give it up, and some, yeah, you can get away with it. But yeah, that is, some of these are weird though. And I do not know what is up with that weird lighting. I'm just, but this looks good. This still actually looks pretty good to me. Alright. Well, I can stop this now. I'm just going to go back to the Maker's Forge, though. Alright, so that was a quick, well, I guess not really all that quick, look at the different graphics settings in Darksiders 3. At this part of me that was tempted to pull up the thumbnail. The only thing is, it still says review playthrough. I haven't changed that. I'll change that. I just can't have it in the video. That's all. I got the wrong one there. All right. See you next time. I'll probably do this again. I just don't know. No, I should be able to do for that. See ya. Don't mind me. I'm just talking to myself. I'm thinking, what do I want to do in the future? Hopefully I will be able to do this again. I do like doing this. This is fun. But I may keep doing it after at least part of the review process. I may start doing some of them in the middle. We'll see. Goodbye.